Hi, I'm Mark, and today Outside Views will answer the question, what is the political system of Australia? Australia has a parliamentary democracy, a constitutional monarchy, and federal system of government. The political system of Australia is based on the principles of liberal democracy, with a separation of powers between the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. As I said, Australia is a constitutional monarchy, which means that the monarch, which is currently King Charles III, is the ceremonial head of state. The Governor General, who is appointed by the monarch on the advice of the Prime Minister, represents the Queen or King in Australia and performs various constitutional and ceremonial duties. Australia is a federation composed of 6 states, that's New South Wales, Queensland, South Australia, Tasmania, Victoria and Western Australia, and 2 mainland territories, the Australian Capital Territory and the Northern Territory. The federal government has powers over matters of national importance, such as defence, foreign affairs and trade, while the states and territories have jurisdiction over areas like health, education and transport. The electoral system in Australia is based on a preferential voting method known as instant runoff voting. Voters rank candidates in order of preference, and if no candidate receives an absolute majority of first preference votes, the candidate with the fewest votes is eliminated, and their preferences are redistributed until one candidate reaches the majority. Political parties play a significant role in the Australian political system. The 2 major parties, the Australian Labor Party, the ALP, and the Liberal Party of Australia, have traditionally alternated in power. However, coalition governments formed by the Liberal Party and the National Party of Australia have also been common. Minor parties, such as the Australian Greens, play a crucial role in shaping political and policy debates and often hold the balance of power in the Senate. Australia follows the principle of the separation of powers with distinct roles for the executive, legislative and judicial branches. The executive branch implements laws and policies, the legislative branch creates new laws, and the judiciary interprets laws and resolves disputes. And this separation ensures a system of checks and balances. Australia has a robust tradition of freedom of speech and expression protected under common law and the Australian Constitution. The country is also a signatory to various international human rights treaties, including the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. However, debates on issues like freedom of the press, protection of minority rights, and indigenous rights continue to shape the political landscape. The judiciary in Australia is independent and impartial. The High Court of Australia is the final appellate court and has the power of judicial review, which allows it to determine the constitutionality of laws and government actions. State and territory courts handle most civil and criminal cases, while the High Court primarily deals with constitutional matters and appeals. The Australian Parliament consists of 2 houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate. The House of Representatives has 151 members known as Members of Parliament or MPs, who are elected by popular vote in single-member electorates. The leader of the political party or coalition that commands the majority in the House becomes the Prime Minister, that is the head of government. And the Senate is the upper house of Parliament and has 76 members. Each state elects 12 senators, while the Australian Capital Territory and the Northern Territory each elect 2 senators. Senators are elected through a proportional representation system known as the single transferable vote, which provides for a more diverse range of political parties and independent representatives. The Prime Minister is, as I said, the head of the government and is responsible for leading the executive branch. They are appointed by the Governor General, but are typically the leader of the political party or coalition that holds the majority of seats in the House of Representatives. The Prime Minister appoints ministers who form the cabinet, which is responsible for policy making and administration. Australia has a robust system of democratic governance characterized by regular free and fair elections, a strong commitment to the rule of law, and protection of individual rights and freedoms. The political system allows for a range of political views and encourages open public debate on various issues. And if you want to know more about some global politics basics, the next video is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.